Today we're learning about sectors of circles. So sectors of circles are sections of circles. So you can hear that S-E-C-T, sect root. Sectors of circles are sections of a circle that do an important thing. They have two radii. So it's kind of this pie slice that includes two radii. Or here we can see another one. And again, both sides come all the way to the center. So on the right side here, these are not sectors because they do not have two radii. So they're just parts of a circle, but not sectors of a circle. Here you can see another picture of a sector. Again, sectors include two radii and define a section or part of a circle. Here we can see three sectors, and if I want to find the area of these sectors, if I think about what fraction or what part of the circle I have, I can think of this sector as half of a circle, so its area will be half of pi r squared, because I know pi r squared is the area of the full circle. Here I can see that my sector is representing a fourth of a circle. So I'm going to take my pi r squared and I want to find what 1/4 of pi r squared is. In our third example, we have almost the whole circle, or more than half anyway, 3/4 of the circle. So the area of that sector will be 3/4 of pi r squared. When our area is not a simple 1/4 or 1/2, we can add x over 360 into our formula. So the x over 360 is going to represent the fraction of the circle that we're looking at. So we know a full circle is 360 degrees, and if we have the degree of our sector, we can solve for any sector. Let's try calculating a few that aren't as easy as those 1/2 or 1/4 ones. So the first thing we're going to do is write our formula, which is going to be area equals x over 360. And for our x, we're going to put in the value of the degrees that we're solving for. So 45 over 160 times area of a circle, pi r squared. Next, we're going to rewrite with substitutions. So area equals, now our 45 divided by 160, if you go ahead and do that on a calculator, you see that it's 0.125, must be an eighth of a circle, times our 3.14 for pi, times the radius squared, so 4 squared. So this is my substitution row. I want you to pause the video, go ahead and calculate this, and see if you end up with the same solution as I did. So you should have ended up with 6.28 or 6 28/100 square centimeters. Let's try the next couple. So again, first step is to rewrite the formula, replacing x with the degree amount that you're solving for. So 150 degrees out of 360 times area of a circle. Or for our last one, it'll be area of 100 degrees out of 360 of the area of that circle. Next is our substitution row. So here, so now we're going to keep this 150 out of 360. The reason I don't want to solve for that first this time is I noticed it was a repeating decimal, and I don't want to mess up my answer. I'm going to round at the end, but not right now. So I have 3.14 times 12 squared. In my calculator, then, I can enter that. If you don't know the radius squared in your head, on your calculator, start with that. So 12 times 12 would be 144 times 3.14 times 150 divided by 360. So go ahead and enter that and see if you get what I got. You should have gotten, whoa, it looks messy. You should have gotten 188.4 square centimeters this time. 188.4 square centimeters. I'll just have to rewrite that. And we'll do our last area example. So for this last one, we had 100 out of our 360 times pi r squared. So substitute in for your radius and for pi, and then finish it and see if yours matches mine. So you should have gotten this 348.8 repeating square centimeters. On this one, we need to make sure that we round to the nearest hundredth for our answer. So we're going to take that 0.888 repeating, and this 8 is going to tell me to round that up. So it'll be 348 and 89 hundredths square centimeters for our final answer. Now we're looking at perimeter of a sector. So for perimeter of a sector, we're going to have this section of the circumference, and then we're going to add the 2 radii to get these 2 lengths as well. If we have something like a semicircle, like we started with our area, we can see that it would be half of the diameter. So that would be pi d divided by 2. And then we would add the 2 radii. Or you could think of it as add diameter, but adding those 2 radii. For this circle, where we have 1/4 of the circle, we would do 1/4 of the circumference and then add in the 2 radii. So our formula is the perimeter of a sector is x over 360, where x is the degree of our sector out of the full circle, 360, times the circumference, pi d, plus radius again. Let's try it out. So first step is to rewrite your formula. So P equals, in our first example, our x is 110 degrees. So 110 of 360 times pi d plus r plus r. So this is my formula step. My next step is to substitute and then solve. So substitute, it's going to look like pi equals 110 over 360 times 3.14 times the diameter. Well, if the radius is 5, then the diameter is 10. And then I'm going to add the radius twice. Whoops, I put an r there. Let's make that a 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and calculate this out. So you can pause here, do it on your calculator, and see if yours matches mine. So you can see I had my perimeter is 9 and 594 repeating thousandths plus 10, my 2 radii. And when I put those together, I get that 19.594444. And we're going to round that to the nearest hundredth. So the 4, I'm going to let it go, and I have 19 and 59 hundredths meters. So moving on to the second example, we're going to use the same formula and go to the perimeter equals 56 over 360, 56 degrees of that circle, times let's write the formula out, pi d plus r plus r. We can go ahead and write the formula for this one as well. So we have perimeter equals, they didn't tell us the degrees, but I can see if this is a right angle, this is 3/4 of a circle. So we can do 270 over 360, or if you can tell it's exactly 3/4, you can use 3/4 too. And if you divide out 270 by 360, you'll get 0.75, same as 3/4. So times pi d plus r plus r. I'd like you to try these two, so pause your video and then come back and see if you substituted and calculated and then in the end rounded correctly for your answers. All right, so there are the substitutions and solutions for those last two. You'll notice I had to round on the 56-degree one. That 0.382 would round down to 20 and 38/100 yards. On our third example, we had 45 and 628 thousandths, and that is going to round up to 45 and 63 thousandths feet. So that's it for perimeter and area of a sector. Next, we're going to add to our formula sheet these two formulas. So you don't want to have to try to remember these by heart. We definitely want to add them in. So perimeter of a sector, we're going to add in P equals x over 360 times diameter of a circle, pi d, plus those two radii, so plus r plus r. For area, we want to add in our area formula. So for our area formula, we're going to do x over 360 times the area of the circle times pi r squared. All right. Just a reminder that tomorrow will be your snapshot day, so make sure that GEO 1 through 4 are ready and submitted. Number 4 will correct tomorrow, and then you can submit that one tomorrow. But 1 through 3 should be done. All right, so you can get started on your homework. Remember, today round to the nearest hundredth. And as always with geometry, easy as 1, 2, 3. Formula, substitute, and solve with a label. All right, go to it.